Flat Hat, here for another edition of That Girl with senior Heidi Schoomaker. So Heidi, what have you been up to recently?
Not too much, just enjoying my second semester senior year, but my first semester certainly started off with a bang. I was involved in orientation. I was an OAD this past year, so got to help run orientation with 9 other undergrads and Mark Sykes, dean of students, and it was just a really awesome experience, so much fun, and I've gotten to know so many people through that experience, and so I think like now I'm just kind of skating by with all my friends and kind of relaxing into this semester.
Yes, definitely understandable. So what were some of your highlights from the orientation experience?
Yeah, I think that there are so many highlights. There were so many fun things that we did. I got to meet so many new people through it, through just interviewing all of them, but definitely my favorite thing was gelling as a team. All the OADs really got together, and by the end we were just a huge family, and now whenever I see them I'm just so happy and get to hang out with all of them. And hanging out with Mark Sykes, he has some wild stories for you. You
really?
can really talk to Mark. He's like such a character, so much fun. So it was a really cool experience getting to know him and getting to know our grad student Amy and all the other OADs.
Well, that's great. So how many years were you involved in orientation?
I've been involved with orientation since my sophomore year. I had a really cool group of boys my first year, and then I had girls my second year. Then I decided that I wanted to be an OAD, so I just tried out and got it, but it was really fun. I was a military brat. My dad was in the Army, so moved around all the time, and sophomore year I was like, I'm no longer the new kid. I want to help orient some new kids and make them feel like they're part of the tribe, so super swampy, but really loved it. It's been a great experience.
That's great. So campus golf is one of William & Mary's biggest events in the spring. Thousands of students play, and most people just kind of see the fun side. What exactly goes into running all the logistics, and have you had any interesting experiences with that?
Yeah, I had such a great opportunity running campus golf last year, and working with Molly Adair, who's running it this year. It starts out, it's like a 9-month planning period, and it's huge and wild and crazy the whole time leading up to it. But I think like the biggest thing that's stressing is the day of. You don't want anything to go wrong on the day of. And it was either my year or the year before. We had like some sort of historical society meeting at the Wren building the morning of campus golf. And campus golf starts at 8 a.m., so it's a huge all-day event. And we were so worried that people were going to be traipsing around the Wren building, disrupting this like super important meeting. It was a little bit of a stressor on my part, but it worked out fine. We also always worried about Model UN. One year we had the Model UN conference where all the middle school kids come for like this huge Model UN thing, and all of their committees, I guess, work in the same gardens, and so you don't really want all these middle school students hanging around all these like wacky kids in costumes and like golf clubs, and so that's always like a little bit of a logistical stress too, but it always works out every year. Don't know how it happens, but it's certainly going to be great this year as well. Molly's going to do a great job.
That's fantastic. So in addition to all your extracurriculars, you also do some research. So could you tell us about that?
Yeah, I have had the amazing opportunity to be in Liz Allison's kind of offset lab. She does an ancient DNA lab where we sequence mitochondrial DNA from like 400-year-old bones from Barbados.
Oh.
So it's really cool. Unfortunately, we haven't gotten any results yet because these bones are completely decrepit, and I'm pretty sure that they've got some spells on us, but that's okay. So, but it's been really fun, a really cool thing that I've been able to do at the college. So I've really enjoyed it.
Wow, that's awesome. So you're coming to the end of your 4 years at the college.
Yes.
If you could go back and give advice to your freshman self, or just freshmen in general, what would you say?
Oh, advice for freshmen. I'm sure they always hear the go talk to your professors, get involved. I'd say push your comfort zone. Try out things that you haven't done before. So say have it be like taking a class that you wouldn't necessarily think that you would have liked, or getting involved in an organization that you wouldn't have necessarily joined at the offset. I think that college is a time for you to grow, and you can't have growth without a little bit of like uncomfortable, awkward, growing pains. So definitely get involved and just do things that you never would have thought that you would have done. I think that's how I've had my most fun at college, is going to random events that I would have never done or stuff like that. So it's been really great. So that's my encouragement for the freshmen.
Oh, well, thank you so much, Heidi. If you have anybody you'd like to see on That Guy, email the Flat Hat online.